please, somebody tell me you can hear me. Somebody out there, please. If not, I don't know what to do. Everything is clicking the way it should be. Somebody, please just tell me that I have sound so we can roll with the punches. Let's go. I'm back, and hopefully this time it works. So let's see who's going to get in here first and see. Let's see who's going to be the first one in here today. Let me see. Good to go. Yes, there you go. I don't know what happened. I didn't do anything but just turn it off. Like I didn't do anything. Nothing was different. And there you go. So thank you guys. Just thank you. Come on in. Let's yeah. Oh, while we at it, I gotta do this right here as well, too. I gotta switch. I gotta do one thing. But hey, how you guys doing today, man? We're gonna just come on in. We're gonna just talk for a couple of minutes and see if I can do this right here. One more thing while we get on in here. I gotta cancel this out. Content right here, and I need to just go right here one thing, and don't want to do this right here as private, and that's it, private. So anyway, what's up, people? Hey, family, I'm back, and we got sound, so I'm happy. Yeah, thought rats got the sound of no wires. Hey, I thought they did too, man. I thought I was getting attacked or something. I thought I was being punked, but my apologies for that. Thank you guys for being patient as always. I just logged off, came back on, and it's working. So I had to go and delete the other ones, the other places that I actually went live to, that so they wouldn't be coming on and hearing no sound. But anyway, absolutely be blessed to be depressed. Big Mike needs 90 for 2,000. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I need 90, and it's gonna seem like it's gonna take a while. So I'm patient with that as well too, as well. So man, so I thought I was going to be able to go live tomorrow night. I won't be able to go live. So tonight we'll just have fun tonight. I want to show you guys. I want to show you guys a piece of paper, and I want you guys' thought on what Americans would do in this situation. Okay, so it's just supposed to be fun. This is not supposed to be serious. It's just about fun. So don't take it over the top. Let's just have fun with it for a minute, and then we'll get into. Essentially, is really no news for basketball. Lanier is off to a visit to Tennessee, so we're in waiting process. So I'm going to show you guys a piece of paper, and I just seen it a minute ago when I walked to the house. I'm going to show you guys a piece of paper, and it got me thinking about what would Americans do in a situation like this. Okay, so I'm gonna hold up a piece of paper, and I want you guys to tell me something. Not sure if you can see that too. Let me see. Can anybody read that? Let me see if I can bring it over. Can anyone read what that says? I should have probably took a picture of it, but I thought about it the last minute. Nobody can read that, right? Yeah, that's better. Okay, nobody can read that piece of paper. I can't. I know what it is. I can't read it, but I know what it's about. So this piece of paper right here is I go on vacation tomorrow. Actually, today's Wednesday. I go on vacation tomorrow. In order for me to get out of the airport to go on my flight, I have to show like the TSA. I have to show them this piece of paper, and I get it from work. We have to request it from work. So what happens is we thought you was doing a bad impression of an old kung fu movie. I'm sorry. I should I should have took a picture of it and to try to do it. But anyway, I'll hold it up one more time, okay? And here it is right here. See if I can move it forward. Right here is the bag. Do like this. So nobody can read this. Okay, man, I can read a little bit, but not that. So anyway, this piece of paper I have to give to TSA. If I don't give this piece of paper to TSA, they won't let me through to take a flight. This piece of paper says, but according to the Ministry of Defense of Kuwait, I'm okay to fly. But this right here also, when you go over here, when you get ready to fly over here, what they do is they run your social security number. So I actually have a social security number for here for Kuwait. So basically, it's the equivalent of a social security number. It's called a civil ID. So this is what I want you guys to tell me about Americans. When you go through TSA, they will run your social security number. If you have any late parking fees, if you have any speeding tickets that you haven't paid, if you have a cell phone bill that's past due, if you got any bills that's past due, they will make you get out of line, go find a cashier, and go pay your bill. And then you got to come back and you got to show them the receipt showing that you paid your bill. How would Americans react to that if they went to the airport to go on a flight? They got the Social Security checked, and they realized that they had a speeding ticket, so they couldn't fly. How do you think that would go over with? How would it go over with you? I'm just curious to hear. But yeah, so what we do is before we go on vacation, we go into a system and we run our numbers, and it tells us if we have any tickets that hasn't been processed yet, or that they shouldn't, or that they haven't sent out to us yet. And then they'll let you pay it online, and then you got to print that receipt, and then you got to take that to the airport, which is showing that I paid my parking ticket or I paid my speeding fine. How would that be? Written I'll be on the trade. That's how it should be over here. I'm just, a lot of people get turned away because they said, nope, we can't let you out of country. You have an unpaid ticket, so you got to go to the cashier and you got to go pay it, and then you can go on vacation. That is, I thought that was funny when I actually saw that. So this is actually a really, really very important piece of paper. Everybody makes a copy of it so you can have two copies of it so you don't lose it, because you got to have that. Uh, you got to have it before you actually go to the before you actually go through TSA, because they'll check it. You got to have it. So they want this. You got to have this, and of course your passport before you can fly. So I got it. I just thought I would just ask you guys what you guys thought, how you guys would react to that, knowing that if you got if you got a parking ticket, you got to go pay that ticket before you can go on a flight. Yeah, that for me when I first heard about it and thought people was playing, it's actually the really really all that no way to get real news anymore. So I don't keep up with all that. But yeah, no way to get real news anymore. Nobody. Let's not get started on today's vote. So anyway, right now it's really no news for Lanier. It seems to be that it was a good visit to Kentucky, but he still went ahead and took his visit to Tennessee. I was kind of hoping that Coach Pope would be able to take and maybe convince him that it's no more visits are needed, and he was going to. Lord, Lord, nobody. Let's not get started on today's vote. I'm not really sure what that is, but I kind of thought maybe they would have enough in the arsenal that they would be able to convince him that there's no need to take any more visits. I mean, at this particular point, man, I mean, everyone is just waiting. Like everyone's waiting. I'm pretty sure Jaxson Robinson. I'm not sure what we don't know what he's going to do, but I'm pretty sure he's keeping an eye on what Lanier is doing too as well. That's government. They don't need to know my business. I think that means good news for it could be. With the everybody's going to go back and forth about what they think and what they're speculating and who's going to go where, as far as that. But you know, does it just make sense if we was able to get Robinson over Lanier only because he has a good relationship with Pope? He already knows the everything that Mark Pope does. He's already been in his system. I mean, does that make sense to just go ahead and just let Lanier go and just hold our fingers? But the question is, what if we lose out on both of them? What if Jaxson stays in the what if Jaxson stays in the draft, and what if Lanier goes over to what if he goes over to Tennessee, and actually BYU? Well, he visited BYU, and BYU they got a good coach. He got good NBA experience and whatnot. But is it possible to actually lose both of them? And if we lose both of them, is that the end of the world for Kentucky? With the pieces that we have, if we don't get either one of those guys, will they still have a good year? Hope we get Jaxson more upside, but we need one. But we need one. Both would make us a title contender. But I like Jaxson. Golden. We still got to wait to see what he's gonna do, and he still has to the 29th at 11:59 to decide what he's going to do with his future. And if we just, I mean, I guess we're putting everything we got into Lanier right now. Of course, he's visiting Tennessee, but he's from Tennessee. Does he stay in state? I mean, you hear people talking about what the relationship is not like just because he's from Tennessee doesn't necessarily mean that he's just a diehard Tennessee fan, but he can stay at home. With that being said, Kentucky likes keeping in-state kids. So Tennessee is no different. Tennessee wants to see if they can get it. Well, I mean, he's coming back as a transfer. So if they can get him to stay in Tennessee this time, then maybe that's a big plus as well too. There are more guys. Poplar is still a good fit. Nope, I have faith. So are you saying even so the volunteers painted a rock? Yeah, I saw that too for the fans. Uh, I guess they went. I guess some fan bases. I guess they just. I don't know. Do they go all in for real? But I really hope that we're waiting to see what Jaxson Robinson is going to do. But at the end of the day, if Chaz Lanier wants to come to Kentucky, don't you just pull the trigger and say yes, we'll take you? Not really knowing. I mean, I'm pretty sure Coach Pope has he has open line communication with Jaxson, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna they're talking. We don't see it, but I'm pretty sure those guys are texting and talking about the situation and what's going on. And if Chaz doesn't come, then if Chaz doesn't come, then you know if you come back out of the draft, will you come to Kentucky and not Kansas? Not go back to BYU. So it's for me, it's just a matter of time. I mean, we right now, if you look at it, unless Lanier pulls a trigger within the next couple of days, then we're waiting. You know what I'm saying? Then we're waiting, and we could be waiting longer because they don't necessarily have to come back to even if Jaxson doesn't go to the pro, he still doesn't have to come right back and says, "Hey, this is the school I'm going to." He still has time to kind of figure things out, and hey, he might get out and he might want to take visits or whatever if he has any more visits available. So I mean, it could be a couple more weeks before. And realistically, it could be a couple more weeks before we really find out who we could get, unless Chaz. But I mean, but you don't. And for Poplar, like I don't see like a lot of news about him. I don't see like a lot of news that Kentucky is going out and trying to go all in to get him. Now I understand that Kentucky is looking at Lanier and Jaxson the most, but it doesn't even seem like there's any talks with Kentucky and Poplar. But we throw his name out there because it's been mentioned. But is that somebody that they're really trying to maybe, okay, let me hold this right here in my back pocket just in case we lose both people? You can win with less. Just depends on how the players that you have learned the system. I agree with that too. So even if we don't get either one of them, because I mean, if we look at both of these guys, realistically speaking, both of these guys, the whole time they've been in college, like they just had their first best year last year. So it ain't like it ain't like they've been doing this year after year after year. These guys, they just had one good year. And then because they had one, of course we got one and done freshmen and like stuff like that, that come in and have one decent year or okay year, and then they go off to the pro, and then they excel. Well, because we got a guy he hasn't been consistent in college and he's had one good year, do you base everything that you got, all the eggs in one basket, based off him having one good year after having maybe two not even mentionable years to say? What do you think? When do you think I mean, he's at Tennessee for like 2 days. So what is that, Wednesday? I don't know, maybe Thursday, maybe Friday, maybe. It could go all the way through the weekend where we got to wait for answers. I mean, this right here can be a conversation. And if you look online and people's having a conversation, I'm no different. People having the conversations of how they can twist it, how they can look at it, how they can break it down, how they can examine it. But at the end of the day, we all just waiting. We're all just waiting just to see what these guys are going to do. And if I had to have my guess, I think Mark Pope would rather have Jaxson. I mean, Jackson's in the Western name, so Mark Pope's got to do what he's got to do because this is the guy who's readily available right now if he just puts his name on the paper. So I don't think Coach Pope would not take Lanier by far. Hey, you want to sign? Sign right now, big fella. We good. Absolutely. Let's go ball out. But I think at the end of the day, I think he does have a little like, okay, I don't have to panic if I don't get Lanier. I don't have to panic if he goes to Tennessee. I don't have to panic if he goes visit BYU because I still maybe have somebody else in my back pocket that can be my security net moving forward, which is in Jaxson, or at the very worst, I guess you could say, if that's even a way to even put it, maybe I can go get Poplar. I don't really know. Um, I think the longer, I think the longer the weight shape, the better shape we in. If he commits today or tomorrow, they lean probably Tennessee, and that's what I'm saying. So if Lanier goes to, I think go if Lanier goes to, if he goes to Tennessee, then I don't think Mark Pope is necessarily like, dang it, man, we didn't get him. I just hope we don't lose both of them. That's what it's kind of like the same way that I kind of felt like Adu. I kind of hope Adu didn't leave, and if he left, then I didn't want him to stay in the SEC. So it's kind of like he left, which I didn't want, and then he stayed in the SEC, which I didn't want. So I just lost. I was 0 for 2. I just hope as a program we're not 0 for 2 for these two guys, since we're putting everything into these guys to actually see. And if he doesn't, then what do we do with those last two scholarships? Do we get a Poplar, and then we get somebody that can, like a Vincent, who's actually was on campus too, visiting as well, and like, how are we going to use that kid? He's a 6'11". I think he's going to reclassify too. So it's like, how do you use him if he comes on campus? Is he okay with his role? Everything is really in the air. So, hey guys, don't forget, man, if you got a birthday or anniversary or something going on special, please let me know so I can give you guys a shout out as well too, so we can make that known. That's very important to me, DJ Wagner. Still a I know, right? DJ Wagner, he hasn't signed yet. I wonder what's going on with that. Definitely, I'm curious on why he hasn't signed yet, or wait, but once again, these guys don't have to be in a rush, and it's not like they got to decide today that I want to go to a college. A lot of kids do. Hey, I'm done deal. I'm going to play at this school. But some kids, they just take longer, and we know the DJ is a very quiet guy, so we're not gonna hear a lot of stuff about him because he's not gonna put a lot of stuff out there. Sandy didn't. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for hearing me now. I don't know what happened, but I had to just restart and everything. I just want to boom. I'm having withdrawals. Boom. There you go. That's for me. That's from Big Mike. Absolutely. Poplar isn't coming to Kentucky. He has some specific teams that I play in Kentucky isn't one of them. Okay. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of like we don't really see. Thanks for the information, HTG. We kind of hear about Poplar, but we don't really hear about Poplar. Does that make sense? His name was mentioned, but these past few week and a half or so, you haven't heard anything about him. So it's kind of like, is he on the back burner? Is he on the downside? Are we not even trying to recruit him anymore or bring him in? Now we putting everything, all of our energy, our flights, our everything, our NIL, we putting it in basing off Jaxson or Lanier. And that's why I hope we don't miss out on both of them. And hopefully we get one of them. That is Vincent was he was on campus. He's I think he's trying to reclassify to this year. So he's 6'11" center. He's a senior, no need to. Oh yeah. That's my fault. Spence. But yeah, so he's actually looking to so he's actually looking to, he actually was on campus visiting as well too. So that's my fault. Projected. He's a 3-star that can be coached up. So he's not gonna get a Poplar playing time. But then again, we always get these guys to come in that we'll be like, okay, well, he's the project. He's gonna be here for a couple of years. But then they come and then they much better than advertised. Like they just, like the guys who you think was gonna be really good, they okay. But then the guys that you said, well, those guys turn out to be those missing small gems that you find that turn out to be an integral part of your team. And maybe that could be with Vincent. Poplar isn't as popular. What about Jaden Q? Jaden Q went to Arizona State. Yeah, he got paid. He went out there maybe 2 weeks ago. Yep. Um, Larry in Marshall County. I'm not sure if I've ever seen you on here before, but if you have, thank you for joining. Sometimes I see new names that I haven't saw before. Butler. All of this uncertainty is difficult on the BBN family, but this is the trust in the coach and that he will do his best. I can't ask for more than that. I'm and um Shanae, I hope I say that right. If I didn't, my apologies for messing up your name. But I'm kind of in the same shoe as you. It's just kind of like right now, I can get my phone and I can refresh and I can refresh and I can refresh, or I can go look for this information or this information. And at the end of the day, I just start pulling what little hair I got out because can I just get a boom? Can I just get a person to just sign for Kentucky and we can just move on and we can be one big happy family? And it's not happening. It's not happening the way or at the pace that we would want it to happen. So we just hold on and we just work. Exactly. Theo was a 3-star. And now look at it. Like, like he's on everybody on Arkansas. There's nobody on Arkansas that I'm looking forward the least to playing is a dude. I just am. Um, I've just because I like a dude and I like those guys who are physical, who would get after you, and I think that's the kind of player. And he took the jump from a freshman to a sophomore, and I can only imagine what he's going to do moving up to a junior. Please shout out my son's 13th birthday, Logan. Logan, happy birthday, man. 13, you are a teenager now. Welcome to the world. Yes, sir. We fist bump you. Boom. Happy birthday, Logan. Appreciate that, Wildcat. True Blue, absolute love from Frankfurt. Nobody shows up to the Cap City love. Love from Frankfurt. Nobody shows up to Cap City love. What do you think about Pope's starting lineup will look like? Oh wow. Well, I mean, you have to assume you have to assume that if he gets Lanier, he starts. If you get Jaxson, he'll start. Butler's probably going to start. Williams is probably going to start. Carr is probably going to start. Um, what is that? Lanier or Jaxson, Williams, Butler. Brea's probably going to start. Um, let's see. Then you got one more spot. I'm not sure if it would be. I don't think it'll be Chrissa. Who you got? You got Williams. Um, Williams. Butler, Lanier or Robinson. That's going to be tough, man. That's going to be but that's why we go to practice, and I hope Coach Pope makes it to a sense. Carney, I don't know if Garrison would start though. I mean, I don't know. I mean, because what's he going to start at? You gonna put Carr at the 3 and start Garrison at the 4? I don't see that. I see Garrison coming off the bench, but anything is possible. Anything is possible. But 𝐒𝐤𝐿 could start at the 3. Well, yeah, he could start at the 3. So you could have, oh no, you know what? You know how much money I make? Not enough to figure that out. I don't have enough money to figure that out. But because if 𝐒𝐤𝐿 could probably have a chance to start if we don't bring in Chaz or Robinson, then 𝐒𝐤𝐿 could have a chance to start. Butler, Chaz, Kobe, Robertson. But are we gonna get Robinson though? Golden. You have a lot of faith, and whatever faith you got, you need to send that to Kuwait for me, okay? Because I had to realize that you put Robinson in it, and I was like, don't forget Brandon 5-star had 20 points in big games. But who's he gonna start over? Who's Brandon gonna start over? He's a center. He's not gonna start over Williams, is he? I don't make enough money, man. I don't. You send some of that over here to me. And Wildcat True Blue, you're welcome, bro. Absolutely. That's what I enjoy doing. Brea, Lamont, and Williams at starting. Like those three, I probably a give. And you have to add Carr. I think Kentucky is very big on him, and KSR was trying to figure out the starting lineup earlier. Like I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, we all want Perry and Noah to be important to the team. He said Perry and Noah. Why not? Let's just throw them in there as the 3 or 4. So they can shoot lights out, man. But yeah, it's I mean, trying to figure out this lineup is just like I mean, I think it gets easier to figure it out if you don't get Chaz or Jaxson Robinson. It makes it a little easier. But if you get one of them, and if you get both, then you automatically taking 2 guys and saying you guys are coming off the bench, just coming off the bench, and you got to be okay with that. So if we get both, we are the team to beat in the SEC. I think you know what I think if we get one, we're still the team to beat in the SEC. I just do. I think we're going to be that good. And, these guys are hungry. These guys want to show that, people are throwing shade on me because I came from a small school. And, people, I think these guys, they just want to come in and say, we belong. We can play here. Brendan over Williams maybe depends on practice. It could be depending on practice too as well. But because if you guys remember a week and a half ago, Pope was flying up to see Williams because I think from the rumors, from what they said, is Williams wasn't happy that they went out and brought in Garrison. So maybe he felt threatened by him. Maybe he's like, I thought I was your anchor point. I thought I was that dude down low. So it took some convincing to make him to convince him to stay at Kentucky. I mean, you can't take away what Garrison can do. But you can't keep Williams on the bench neither, being 3-time defensive player of the year for his conference. You can't, like, BBN shouldn't underrate Perry and Noah. Look how Shepard was underrated coming in. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's a team to beat. Alabama is a team to beat. Well, I hope Mark Spears stays in the draft. Okay, to stay in the draft. This stay there. Okay, we're gonna wheel your way to a solid draft pick, Mark Spears. Just go and just stay. Absolutely. Bama be tough. Bama's gonna be tough. I agree that. But you know what though? Let me say this because I sit here and I joke about Spears staying in the draft, and I want everybody to look at me and look and listen. We're freaking Kentucky, okay? We'll go play anybody, anywhere, anytime. And Alabama want to call themselves the front leader of the SEC, then freaking bring it on. We're ready. I'm excited to play Alabama. Let's go. The harder you are, the more I want to play you. Nothing's off limits, okay? We're going to run through Alabama this year. We're going to run through Tennessee, and we're going to run through Auburn this year. Point blank. We're going to pay back LSU for beating us last year. Absolutely. We're going to beat Florida. Absolutely. Man, let's go, man. Let's just tip off today. Why are we playing? Let's just go. Is it possible we might pick up a late transfer no one knew about, like Cal did with Z last year? Could be. I mean, that's why that 13th spot, I don't think he's in a big rush to fill it. I think he's taking his time and make sure that it's a calculated move for what for what works best for the team at this moment. And it could be. I mean, sometimes people just keep things on a hush hush until the very last minute, just so we don't let everybody else in the world know what's going on. Sometimes you got to move in silence. Sometimes you can't let everybody know what you're doing, and that's pretty much what Cal did with Z. Like I'm not gonna go out and tell everybody what I'm doing. I'll show you what I'm gonna do. Boom. Who is this? Cal got what? Same thing with any other coach, and I hope Coach Pope has that same ability as well. But we're Kentucky, and I want teams to be good. I want to be as battle tested as possible going into March. I want us to be locked in. I want us to know that we can be beat any given night. I want us to know that we got a team when it's 2 minutes on the line and we got to go get a basket or we got to hold on to a lead because we up by 1. I want to know that I have a team that has ice running through their veins. That's what I want with my Kentucky Wildcats. And if you can't give me that, you got to come over and sit with me, young man. I'm looking for people that want to close out ball games. That's so important for the Wildcats. Can we close ball games out? Can we put our feet on people's throats and take all hope away? To me, That's what I look for when I watch ball games. How are we doing this? How are we beating these teams? We're not gonna blow out every single team that we play, but can we find a way to separate ourselves in those ball games where it may look like we have no business winning this ball game, but can we find a way with all this experience? I mean, what's needed going out here and getting all this experience if you can't close out ball games? These guys, they're gonna be okay. So I'm ready to play any team in the SEC, even if it is Alabama being the team to beat next year. For real, the picture of Pope and Cal volumes. So, at least he ain't doing what Cal is. Only got 8 dudes. Then you're saying you're going to change the system and play 8 dudes. Genius. Yeah, because I mean, I think Cal said the most he was going to get was 9 guys, because he didn't want to. He figured he got to change. He figured he just didn't want to invest in training all these guys, these extra guys, knowing that if they don't get playing time, they're going to leave anyway. So he's just going to get guys who he can just focus on, as well. I want to see that Herger win this year and the physicality we didn't have last year. To me, Brenda, that is exactly what it's all about right there, man. I want to see, like the good thing about Williams, I mean, we can sit here and we can focus on, are we going to go out and we're going to get Chaz or we're going to get Jaxson? But the whole point of all this is, though, let's look at the people that we got on the team, and we know these guys are going to show up. We're not getting the guys out there who weighs 215. Like, these guys got size on them. These guys they're athletic. They already know how to play college basketball. Like, we got a good team. We got a team that can go out here and do something special right now. And when they get together and when they really start knowing each other, they start gelling, they start bonding, they start fighting in practice. Hey, they might have to even throw some fists at each other, but it's all in the love of the team and making sure that we're ready and that we're locked in and that we want to play basketball at a high level all year long. No, we can't be having constant ups and downs, gets our hopes up. I think the Wildcats is back. They don't win 3 straight games. They good. And then they come out and then they lay an egg and then they get beat by somebody you ain't got no business getting beat to. I just don't think we have a team like that. I'm going to throw this out there about Butler. When I sat and I watched Butler, take away the shot that he made, I just think he's going to bring a level of leadership in here. I think I said this before. When you get a guy who knows what he wants, and I don't even need to come and visit Kentucky to even see if this is really what I want. This is what I want. We're both on the same page. Let's go do something special together. He's walking through the door from day one with a mission. He's walking through the door day one with a mission. And when you bring guys in like that, success is just right around the corner, man. It's just right. You just keep plugging in. You just keep plugging at it. And I think that's the kind of players that we have this year. That's just, like, for me, like, I don't pay a lot of attention to, like, and this is just me being real with you guys. I don't pay too much attention to, like, what's going on with Jaxson or what's going on with Lanier. Only thing I care about is, have you signed the papers yet to play for my school? You have? You my dude, then. Absolutely. Until you're done with that process, I wish you well. I hope you still come over and sign with me. But I got guys on my team who's already said, I want to play for the University of Kentucky. And that's who I give my attention to, mostly, more than anything. Yeah. Clear my mind, bro. Sorry for the question today. No, you're good. So, also, when you get a chance, you need to do another tour through the city. I'm going to do another tour, actually, to think about it, because I won't be doing one, because you guys know I do one on Thursday nights, but I was going to try to do one on Wednesday. I will not be able to go live on Wednesday night, but when I get on vacation and when I get to the place that I'm going, I see if you guys can figure out where I'm at, by where I film at. So it's a different country. It's not the States. I got to go. I got 2 flights I have to take to get there. So it's total about a 13-hour day for me to get there. But when I get there, I do a video or whatever live, and you guys will be able to see. But yes, when I get back here to Q8, I definitely got a couple places that I can walk to, that I can do a walk. But it'll be during the daytime, so you guys can actually see it as well too, instead of just being at night and just everything. But yeah, so right now we got a group of guys who can really go out there and play. Was that Garrison or who that said he understood what it meant to have Kentucky on the front? It was one of those guys that said that, because Garrison was the same one. Like he didn't even come for official visit. He just said, I'll come to Kentucky. Where do I sign at, coach? When you got players like that who truly want to be at Kentucky, they don't need to go see the facilities, because the word Kentucky, look here, folks. Let me tell you how powerful the word Kentucky Wildcats is. I don't even need to see the place. Its reputation speaks for itself. Yes, I go to Kentucky, and when you can get a few guys who are now, you're not going to get guys like that all the time who do that. And I get it. Kids want to go see the campus. They want to go see. They want to take their visit. So it's no knock on anybody who actually decides to, hey, I want to come on a visit. I want to visit the campus. It's definitely nothing wrong with that. But when you can get a rare guy and then you get two on the same team, Garrison already knows. He already knew that we had Williams. So it was not like he got there and be like, oh, I didn't know you guys had Williams. Wow, you guys already got a big time center. What am I doing here? Nope. You just want to come and be part of Kentucky. And when you can do that, I think figuring out the lineup, figuring out the playing time, that takes a little more pressure off the coach, knowing that the guys already understand what they're walking into. I don't have to break it down to them. We can just go and we can just play basketball. And with the guys coming in that's so experienced, like I said, Cal's already halfway through the alphabet. He don't have to start at A, And I think Perry and Chandler and Noah, those guys, they're going to catch on. Those older guys are going to bring them. They're going to bring them with them, and they're not going to leave them behind. And I think that's the beauty of this Kentucky Wildcat team this year. And Enos. Sounds like Arkansas are going to get their first Shaden Sharp and 𝐒𝐔𝐁𝐒𝐂𝐑𝐈𝐏𝐍𝐿. Is that a couple of guys who are not going to play? I'm not sure. We have a squad, man. We do, and I'm very impressed with what we have right now. And I was listening to a show tonight, and I can't take credit for it, but even if we get Chaz or even if we get Jaxson, the team we got, like, they're still, even though they might be able to be the guys who maybe be able to go off the dribble and get their shots when they want to, I guess to say, they're still not going to get most of the shots. We still got guys that can shoot. You can't bring a Chaz or you can't bring a Jaxson in and says, hey, Brea, you know what? Or Carr, you know what? Don't or Chrissa, or we don't need you guys to shoot. Don't worry about it. And we ain't even talked about Ansley yet. That guy can shoot the ball. He moves without the ball all the time. And guys leave him open. Oh, I'll leave you open. By the time you realize that I got the ball, it's just from Ansley. I've already shot it 3 points. I'm going the other direction. We got a team, man. Like, we got a team that's in place. Whoever the next piece we bring in, they're coming in, but they're not going to just, they're not going to just dominate the shots. They're still going to have to find a way to get everybody involved. A couple more, and we're going to be all right. That's just as Josh said, we're going to be okay, man. We got a good team. I feel sorry about anybody that wears the nasty looking orange down south. Dude, like, this is going to be a fun year. Like, I'm looking forward to such an experienced team and just seeing how these guys come out and play together. And I think they get together. Somebody can fact check me. I think they get together. They start moving on campus, I think it's June the 10th, I think it is. And that's when they start conditioning. That's when they start getting it together. And that's when they start, gelling. And I like that. So by the time the season starts, I think our Wildcats might be up to something special. They might be cooking something in there. We got a good team. Coach Pope has done a really good job. 10 dudes will play close to 20 minutes. Play 20 minutes. Woo! 20 minutes, 10 dudes. That'll be interesting to see if you get 10 dudes to play. If you get 10 dudes to play 20 minutes a ball game apiece, isn't that a name for that? There's a name for that, ain't it? That's called a what's name system. I won't say the name, but definitely that's a system if you get 10 dudes to play 20 minutes apiece. That means we getting 5 minutes, 5 out, 5 in, 5 out, 5 in. But that's definitely mean. I mean uh, I don't see that happening because therefore you're telling 3 other guys that you're pretty much not playing at all in the ball games. So we'll see how that goes. But I think he's going to do a better minute, and I think it comes down to the last part of the ball game of who's actually being those dudes off the bench tonight, or who's really playing. But this is one season why I just can't I get excited about the 5-star players, but you always in the back end, and it's the same thing with these guys too as well. There's no difference because these guys are only here for 1 year. But I think the difference is when a 5-star comes in, while they are good, you're still wondering how they're going to translate over to the college side of basketball. But I'm excited this year is because these guys coming in, they already know what college basketball is about. They already know how to condition. They already know how to train. This is nothing for them. So I think we're doing good, man. And I think we're going to make some real serious noise in the SEC this year. And I look for us to I look for us to put up a case of winning it. I really do. And if we can win it, that would be great. They have to wear that on so they can deer hunt early, then get their community service done and not have to change before the game. June the 10th is when they legit practice. I think someone correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's when they start too as well. Well, I don't know that they may practice the same day that they move on campus, but I think they can actually start moving on campus as well. I think I seen Clinton here. Clint, if you in here, you can fact check me. Please do. So SP, the day does average. That dude's average. My fault. Appreciate it. Hey man, thanks for joining. I appreciate it. I'm not sure if I've ever seen your name before, but just want to give you a shout out. Thanks for joining. For hopping in for real. Mark Pope was signed 5-star Jap. Now, is Jasper's coming in for next year though, right? He still got one more year, right? Or I heard that kid can play, man. I heard Jasper's the real thing down there. Do you think that Mark Pope? I didn't get that. Sorry about that. Close to 20 minutes. Everybody will see the court this year. Maybe not every game. Pope runs teams to death, making them guard the what's name. But and that's why I say 20 minutes speed kills. Just wait till you see the end results. Can you elaborate on that just a little bit more? Are you talking about the team as a whole, or are you talking about an individual himself? I like to comment on that if you would. That dude, Jasper 2025. That's what I was thinking too. Yeah, he's 2025 for next year. But hey, go get him, man. You have him. You have Noah. You have Trent. You have Chandler, probably most likely. Man, that's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? That's not bad. And you got Trent and Noah and Chandler. Those guys are going to be they're going to be experienced because they're going to learn from older guys right off the back. Hit sin on the SP. Okay, so Pope system. Pope system is in and out, in and out, in and out, and that's good because soon as you see, this is a system. This right here is a system that one of our old players will be good in because he was always coming out 4 or 5 minutes later. That's because he was giving it everything that he actually got while he was in the ball game. So he would have actually worked a lot better in this system as well too. Preseason basketball practice is 42 days prior to the second Friday in November. Told you, Clint, you the dude, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, some good. Let me see if I can put that up right fast. That's pretty good show. So Clint Hardy says preseason basketball practices is 42 days prior to the second Friday in November. Well, that definitely is not that definitely is not June because it's a lot more 40. It's a lot more than 42 days between June 10th and November, the second Friday in November. So thanks, Clint. I appreciate it. Okay, you guys got a lot of information. I appreciate it. I do. Marino too. Who's Marino? I'm not really sure who is Marino. Is he another kid in Kentucky? Um, let me ask you guys a question, man. Do you guys think Mark Pope is? Do you think he feels pressure to try to recruit as many, or feel the obligation that he has to recruit as many people, many kids as he can from Kentucky? Um, or does he have a maybe like, okay, maybe I take two out of Kentucky and then I'm gonna go out of state? Do you feel like he has it? I stand corrected. Yes, they can get in. They can get in. Yeah, they can get in the gym. Absolutely, and they will. We're gonna hang out at the gym today, but we're gonna get after it, and I'm okay with that. Just don't get hurt, man. Please don't get hurt. We would like to have all of you. Yes, he is a Hank 42 points. They can get in the gym. I stand corrected. I'm sure they're allowed to have pickup basketball games as a team. And I think that's kind of what I kind of had in mind, that they really couldn't really have any organized per se, according to the NCAA. But I'm pretty sure those guys can just, oh, you in the gym today too? Oh man, I'm in the gym. Who else is going to be in the gym today? Guess what? We're all in the gym today. Well, let's ball. Throw the ball up and let's ball. And I think that's going to be so much fun. Scott County, where I live at 7. Oh, he's in Scott County, where I live, 7 foot. Oh, that's the guy they was talking about. Okay. I think I heard about that guy too as well. Kentucky is just putting out really good 3, 4, 5 stars the last few years, and the next few look good. Cool. What I read, DJ didn't want. Okay. Let's see if I can put this up here. Some information about DJ Pamela. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Pamela says what I read. DJ didn't want to move to Arkansas and be unhappy 10 months of a year. He wasn't happy with Cal coaching style. Whether Pope add DJ to the roster is another situation. I don't know. It really. Hey Pam, thanks for the comment. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I mean, because DJ hasn't signed yet with Arkansas, it does give you a moment of pause of like, why, why I thought maybe it'd be like an open and shut door case, like it's that easy, like just do it, take your time. But I know you're coming to Arkansas, so it's always that little stuff behind the closed doors that we really don't really see. But thanks, Pam. I appreciate that information. I imagine those rule change will be in post NIL area. Are you talking about the you talking about the practice stuff, Clint? As far as the rules for NIL and like stuff like that, or was there something else? Marino is a 6'7" big guy. Everybody wants him from Kentucky. Great crossing. Good information, man. Let me see, man. Let me see. I'm gonna do something here because this. Well, nah, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone. But it's kids in Kentucky, man, who's actually playing ball, and they're getting noticed. I'm just curious if Mark Pope, being a Kentucky alum, I just wonder if he feels the obligation to maybe go out and bring in a lot more Kentucky guys to the team. I mean, yeah, being realistically speaking, nothing. I'm not opposing to any of that. I don't go either way. But I'm just curious on how you guys feel, if you feel like he has an obligation to actually bring in more Kentucky guys to keep him in. Because I know Mark Stoops, they try to do a good job with keeping guys in state if all possible as well too. So I don't know if because but then again they got a bigger number that they can mess with more so than like Mark Pope. So he only got 13 scholarships, so he's got to go out and get the best players he can possibly be. But just so happen, if you got a guy in Kentucky he's that dude, then you at least got to go at least attempt to recruit him for sure. The NCAA will try to set some rules by next year and maybe player caps, sign contracts to stay, and penalties for tampering. I mean, they're gonna keep tweaking all of this, and eventually they will come up with a system, and then they'll tweak some more. Are looking good for Pope too. They for the Boozer brothers, their statement was about 2 weeks ago is, we want to hear from Coach Pope. We just don't know who he is, and that's why I always go back and say, this is why this year is so important for Coach Pope. And that's why I think he's not going out to just put together or have an average team. He's going to lay the foundation so kids like the Boozer twins can see who he is and see that the guy can coach at a high level. And that's why people always say, oh, well, you guys are going to be okay. Be patient. Give it about 2 years, 2.5, 3 years of just getting things, getting it. No, in my heart of all hearts, I just don't feel like that he is in it to just be average this year. He's just I just don't think that you can't be a smart genius like that and just want something to be average. You just can't do it. You always striving. Every time you do something, you're always striving to make sure that you're at the top of your game. And this is no different. He wants to make sure that it's at the top of his game right here and right now. And I think that's why these guys are trying to go out and win in year one for real. These guys want to win, man, for real. Fist bump, Kentucky boy, 22. Appreciate it. Absolutely. Yes, he's going for SEC title. And look. People can say what they want to. People can say, well, just kind of slow down. It don't really take all of that. I don't really believe that. Maybe we got to just be patient and just see how stuff is. No, I don't believe that at all. If he's going to continue to grow as a coach, and I'm talking about on the recruiting stage, people need to know. Look, man, this dude came in year one at Kentucky. He brought in some dudes from NIL. He got guys to stay in state from Kentucky. Duke, he's coaching. I like his coaching style. I don't have to get burned out every single ball game. When he puts the right people in at the right time, he sets people up for success. He draws up X and O's. We're gonna run all sorts of defenses. We gonna cause havoc on defense. Sign me up, dude. Boom. Coach Pope, just do it, man. For real. That's what I'm talking about, man. See, y'all done got me all excited now. So, now hey, look, we cooking now, man. We rolling. I'm all about the hype. Yes. We in it to win it, man. Don't settle for less. Coach Pope ain't coming here. Hey, what did he say? Who's in the house tonight? Kentucky's in the house tonight. That's what we doing, baby. We going to win some games. And we're going to do it in year one. Else in the Portal and Lanier and Robinson don't happen. I mean, you don't really hear about too many. I mean, I'm pretty sure that there's guys out there. There's a lot of guys out there still in the portal. So, but as far as who we really, really looking for, it's kind of like there's no really big information out there. Not really news, educated guess, rumor mill, Arkansas media platforms, and major fan sites think DJ Wetton is still coming to Arkansas as of today. I mean, I think he's going to end up in there too as well. I think Cal kind of said it too as well too. I think he's going to end up there. Hey, we'll go play him. He's still got to come to Rupp Arena, and he's still got to win, and he's got to play against some older dudes. Now, he's a year older. He's a little bit more experienced. But he still got to come to Kentucky and play at Rupp. And he know how it's done at Rupp. He ain't crazy. Hey, that young dude, he knows about it for sure. Somebody says, praying for your sister, David. David, prayer for your sister. I didn't really see what was going on over there with that, but prayer for your sister as well. Yeah, not really news. Educated guess. I think Jaxson Robinson. I want Jaxson Robinson. So right now, on the count of three, if you guys don't mind, and prayers for his sister. It's David Enix. Hey man, prayers for your sister. Also, I don't know if he really wants me to put that out there, but there's someone who's watching my show. He knows who he is. I don't know if he wants me to say his name on live or whatever, but he reached out to me. And so prayers for you and your family too as well. Absolutely. So right now, I just want you guys, somebody already just did it, and it just wanted me to ask the question. If you could pick somebody right now between Jaxson and Lanier, who do you want? Just throw that up on the screen right now. Who do you want? If you had to pick somebody right now, you could have either player that you wanted. Who are you choosing? Draft the second round by Warrior. Ooh. Wow, that's a story out of well, I mean, and if you're gonna go play for Golden State, is that Golden State, right? And you get to play with Steph Curry. It could be hard to turn down. Robinson, Jaxson. Okay. A lot of people want Lanier, Jaxson. Okay. The only reason that I picked Jaxson over Lanier, sorry, is because, of course, Jaxson already knows what's name system. I think that's probably the biggest difference right there. The next Michael Jordan. You think he's that good? Robinson. Yep. Here they go. Prayers for David. Yeah, much prayers for you, David. Like I said, I don't know if the other gentleman want him. Okay, cool. I wish who is this? Hold on, guys. I wish let me see if I can get his name because I thought I'm sorry, guys, but I definitely Jaxson. Let me see. Brandon. Hey, Brandon, you're watching right now. Okay. I got your text. Thank you for all the texts that you send me. It means a lot to me. Brandon, 606. That's you I'm talking about. So if there's more Brandons, I'm talking about a Brandon who has a 606. Big shout out to you, man. I appreciate it. I think Lanier has a strange shot release that might not work in Power 5. I saw that on the show tonight that they was actually, but he shot 44% though, from the three. So, you don't. But then again, a lot of that was from what I heard too as well is when he scored a lot of his points is because they was already losing by a lot of points. So how much was the defense really guarding him, and how much did they really care that he was scoring? So that is, you can pad your points even when you winning, playing really small schools or playing somebody that you're already losing or winning too big. So you can pad your points, but you can also pad your points too if you're losing bad, because you can also do that because teams just start playing. They just stop playing defense. Look what happened when we were playing Georgia, and those guys came down and they almost beat us just because we just stopped playing defense. Which is another thing to my point. I do not think with the team that we have, we're going to stop playing defense just because we're winning. We're going to play defense the whole ball game. Defense turns into offense. Offense turns into smiles. Smiles turns into victories. Go Wildcats. That's exactly what I want to say. Yep. So let me see. Okay, so Jerry Messer, prayers for you. That's the guy I was just talking about. His daughter's in the hospital. I think she's in ICU. Prayers for you out there. I appreciate it. Thanks for letting me know I can say your name. Want to make sure that I kind of keep that private. I didn't know how you feel about it. But yeah, prayers. Look, man, at the end of the day, man, we can come here. We can talk about basketball. We can talk about the excitement of it. But, when real life, if we a family and when real life stuff is happening, really real life, we definitely want to offer up prayers and condolences. We definitely want to offer up happy birthdays and happy anniversaries and stuff like that. That's what family does. We come around and we have our fun conversations about the sports and about what our team is doing and all that. But when things hit the fence and when things get serious, that's when family rally. That's when we rally around enough, and that's when we rally with each other, and that's when we support. So definitely, Jerry, prayers for you and your daughter, and you're in our thoughts, man, for real. Absolutely. That's what we do as family, man. And that's, when you don't have anything else, man, you got family praying for you, and just all of that goes with it. So yes, so that's for anyone out there who may need that. You can't pay a percentage though. You can pay a percentage if you're able to score. I mean, like if you're not gonna guard me and he's good at a set shot, and you're not gonna guard me and you're gonna let me shoot the ball standing still, my feet ready, my hands in position, and you're gonna let me shoot it 10 times, a 10 times, and I'm gonna hit it 7 times. To me, you can kind of pad your numbers. You can pad the percentages because you're making those shots because nobody's guarding you. And this is no knock on anybody. This is no knock on, because if I'm a player, could you imagine Antonio Reeves saying, "Oh, you're not gonna guard me? You gonna just let me just set my feet and just score? What? Okay, sure. Just throw me the ball. Or Reed Shepard. Just you're not gonna guard me. You gonna let me just shoot the ball? You don't think I ain't gonna shoot it? Or you think I'm scared or something? Come on, man. No way, dude. No way does that happen. So yeah. So I mean, for me, and I may be wrong. Who actually said that right there? Who actually made that comment? Is that up here right here? I can't remember who said it. But yeah, I mean, you could pad your points. You could pad your percentages based off people not guarding you. If you're not guarding me, and I can just drive to the basket and score. So if you let me drive 5 times and I get 5 layups, I just win 100%. You can't deny that. You know what I mean? You can't deny that I just got because you didn't guard me, so I shot 100%. So I think you're right. That's why I'm here. Let's see that dude. Jaxson, he's a basket getter in last minute situation, and that's why I made the comment hurl is because of when I made the comment of even though these guys Jaxson or Lanier is coming, I made the comment is they may be that guy who in that last minute we may need somebody to go get that shot or go get that basket because nobody else may have the ability to do it. But in the scheme of everything, you still got to pass the ball because this ain't gonna be just a one-man show. You can't just show up on the floor with Brea and don't acknowledge who he is and the ability that he has. Like, dude, like you do realize that he can shoot the ball, right? So give him the ball sometimes and let him shoot it. And 3, there we go, back down the court. So I think it's all just a matter. I think it's just all a matter of just everybody just understanding what their strengths are and understanding that they don't have to go out and do things by themselves. Now, if you're that dude, you know what I'm saying? If you're that dude, then your teammates are going to know it's 1 minute left in the ball game. We need a bucket. We know who we giving. We know everybody in the gym know who's the ball is going to. We're going to get you the ball anyway because, hey, we said you the dude. Go get us a basket. We just want to win the ball game. I can't take the shot, but you can. And you got to believe. We putting all this emphasis on what Chaz can do, and we putting all these emphasis on what Jaxson can do. Are we forgetting that we got a guy on our team that got ice cold through his veins and he's not afraid to take a shot in the biggest moment of his career in the Final Four in Butler? I mean, you don't think you do something at that level and then everything else is just below that he's going to be afraid. We can't deny that. Now, we bringing in these guys to be able to do that. Yeah, Robinson got a 6'11" wingspan. That's a big. He's big. Hey, that's a lot of hugs. You know what I mean? Hey, give me a hug. Bring it in, young fella. Just go ahead and embrace me with that arm set. Whoosh, he just engulfed me. That's exactly what he would do for sure. Yep. But Robinson 6'5". Lanier wants $2 million, man. Do you give it to him? Just give it to him, man. I mean, they got that bank reserved for that one person. Hey, I tell you what, if they give Lanier $2 million to come to Kentucky, I don't see how they have a big NIL or a lot more to give to Jaxson. I just don't. I really don't, man. Robinson has a chance to get drafted. Not sure if we can match that. I don't think we can. That's why I said you can only get one or the other. In my book, in order to get both of these players will have to sit down and says the big goal right now is, can we win a national championship? Can we? But I offer him $2 million. Say at least I'm almost certain that with Osborne going out there getting $2 million, and it looked like it was easy. Looked like it was a no-brainer. Like, just pay the guy whatever he wants, man. Just give him his $2 million. Whatever, man. That's cool. But if we could get Jaxson and Robinson both to come, those guys will have to sit down together and be like, look, I want to win a championship. What can we agree on? What can we agree on that could, that we both can get paid, but we can still come here to Kentucky and have a chance to win a national championship together at Kentucky? that would take some coordination. As Pop said on Friday, you got to coordinate with that. So we have to just see if they can actually really do that for sure. DJ said he's not in here. He pick a team. He doesn't have to. He still got a while, and that's why I'm saying about. That's why I'm even with Lanier, even with Jaxson, and even if Jaxson withdraws from the NBA draft on the 29th by 11:59, we still could be in a waiting game. We can 3 weeks from now, we could still be having this same conversation about who do we want, who's coming to Kentucky. It could be another month before we figure out if one of these guys want to pull the trigger. I mean, it could really realistic. Now, would it take that long? Most likely not. The chances of it happening or waiting that long to figure out who's coming is probably slim to none. But it's a possibility. And 2 weeks from now, we could still be having this conversation. Well, nobody signed today, guys. I don't know what's going on. We don't have anybody. Hey, what are we doing? He's projected to go in the second round. But is he the kind of player that would want to go in the first round? Could he see himself coming back and be like, you know what, I'm gonna work hard, see if I can get into the first round? You never know, man. David, I think that was Pope's offer to Jaxson and Lanier $1 million each. I mean, look, I'll give you guys both $1 million. Y'all come in here 1 year, let's win a national championship, and then you guys go get your money in the NBA. To me, that would be special. But that's a lot of people to feed, though. It's a lot of people to feed. To me, it would cause too much friction and animosity in the locker room. It probably would. You start getting that kind of money, absolutely, yeah. I think that would definitely cause somebody to feel some type of way. The other players might not know it immediately of how much they got, but it will leak, and they will find out how much they got, and then that's when you'll be like, "That's all, man. I only got $250,000. Give me $250,000. I go hand out water bottles for you. I won't even care if he's about the money. He won't fit. No, and I think that's more so than Jaxson, only because Jackson's he's actually still if his name in the draft, but Lanier, it looks like he is 100% shopping for the biggest payday. And I may be wrong because I've been wrong quite a lot in my life. I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm not even going to sit here and act like I've never been wrong before. But it looks like he's looking for the highest bidder. It really does. Who's going to pay me the most money? Yeah, I'm going to come in and look at the campus and all this kind of stuff. But what I really want to hear is, what you going to pay me? What you going to pay me? You going, what? That's it? We got a nice campus, nice gym. I'm gonna think this over, Coach. Okay, but I don't know. This draft is watered down. It's now and never for French guys. Well, maybe this time might be the year that Jaxson just says, "I'm going to go. I'm going to just give up. I'm not give up, but I'm going to just say I'm going to just go." Reed Sheppard is falling out of the top 10 in the mock draft. Can he remove himself from the draft for the $2 million, or is he done? He can still. Well, does he have an agent? But I think you can actually hire an agent now. But yes, he can take his name out of it as well too. He can actually say, you know what, I'm going to go back to college, as well. But I think it's too much hype around him. You don't bring a guy to the draft table for the guys to choose who's going to pick what. For him not to be considered as a very high pick. Let me just put it like that. Because, up to 14th pick, you're still a lottery pick. And you still that's still guaranteed money. If you fall, if you wasn't, let me put it like this for Reed Sheppard. Coming into the year, people didn't expect you to have the year that you did. They didn't expect you was going to be bad, but they didn't necessarily expect you to have the year that you did. So you're already winning. You're already doing the lottery picks. Like, even if he goes 14 instead of 5, like, that is that's still good. What's dollar range is second round for Jaxson Robinson, $500,000. He can actually, if he goes in the second round, and they said maybe around the 40 around the 40th numbers or something like that. I think it was 30 between 30 and 40. Robinson is projected to go to around 50. Man, come on back to college, man, and just relive them college days. You're not gonna get this chance again. Draft pick number 30 gets a little over $2 million per year. Jaxson Robinson is projected to go 50. So basically, as Clint would say, first round draft pick gets 30. Number 30 gets a little over $2 million per year. Jaxson Robinson is projected to go around 50. So you do the math. You do the math for that. That's a significant drop. You better come back to college, and at least if you come back to college, you can at least at least you can get $1 million. At least, you know what I mean. And that's without even shooting a basketball. You can get it. That's for good. Come back and get $1 million at college. Get you some endorsements on the side. You can sell some pizzas with some pineapples on it. You know what I'm saying? You can do some things, and you can boost your money, but just make the right decision, man. I just hope that everyone who's in these guys' corners are giving them sound advice of what they should be doing right now, and looking at the bigger picture. And that right there would actually go a much longer way. Let me see. Yeah, I think that's about it right there. League minimum is 1.1 million. So you might as well come on. Hey, so you might as well come on back to college. Get your 1 point. Mark Pope said, "Look, I'll give you 1.2." So, hey, I'm already beating the NBA if you're going to go there and you're going to get the minimum. I give you 1.2 and we go ball out together. How about that? We'll go continue to be in a family. Or you could just be like, I'm better than 1.2 million. I'm going to go ahead and just stay in the draft. Okay. Sounds good, young fella. But I would definitely really, really think about, because like the NIL just changes things. People come back, well, what if he gets hurt? And what if he gets this right here? He just got $1 million. You know, most of these kids, they have insurance on every different body part anyway. I got to insurance my ankles. I got to insurance my knees. I got to insurance my fingers. All this stuff. So these guys, they get well protected, just especially if they're projected to maybe go to the NBA someday. They will, just my opinion. I think Jaxson Robinson can get more NIL money than the NBA, and that's what I'm saying, Clint. Like just come back to college and let Mark Pope match the minimum, and maybe add in another few dollars to go with that, just to say, you know what I'm saying, this is how bad we want you. We can't give you $2 million, but we're gonna go over the NBA minimum. We're gonna give you money. We tell you what, you know what, young fella, I like you. You're a good guy. I've seen you ball before. I give you 1.5. Let's go. Could do. For real. $1 million should be the limit. It should be the limit, but unfortunately, it's just gonna keep rising. And these teams have got to stay. They got to stay competitive. They got to stay competitive with the other teams, which means these guys have got to go out and they got to. All right, this team is going to pay $2 million for me. What you got? And that's basically what it is. It's just I can see these guys, these young men, in a bidding for NIL. Well, they gave me $2 million. What you got? I mean, that's pretty much what it's going to come down to. That's exactly what it's going to. I mean, we can say that it's ruining college basketball and college sports as a whole, but we can either learn to understand it more, educate ourselves more to understand it, or we could just say, you know what, I'm done with college. I'm not watching it no more. So that's probably the gist of it. You are correct. NBA league minimum in 2024 is just over $1.1 million. That is the first season. The minimum is over $1 million. So, you just gotta, Mark Pope just come in and believe me, they know all these numbers. They know, I don't know them. They know all these numbers, and Clint knows all these numbers. Let's go. Clint knows everything. But we just gotta do this right, man. We gotta just get guys in here who, I get it. They want their money and stuff like that, but at some point you got to say, okay, you know what? I can keep holding out and holding out and holding out. I can just get with a team. We can start bonding. We can get in the gym. We can see who the dude is for real, and we can just ball out all day together. Richie, I think $150,000 should be the limit, plus their college degree, not counting their endorsements. I mean, if it ever comes to $150,000, that would be a significant drop from what it is. But this is only going to continue to get more and more attention. This is not going anywhere. So we just got to sit back and just wait and see what happens. $1 million is a lot of money. It is. But the question is, though, if you had an athlete, a child that was a big time athlete, and they can get $1 million. I mean, we're just being realistic here, okay? We're just being realistic. If you had a young teenager that can go to college, and somebody was going to pay them $1 million to come and play at school, could you tell your son in that school, nope, you keep 8.5? I mean, you keep $850,000 of that. We don't want that money. Just give us $150, sir, and we'll come to school and we'll play ball for you. It's not going to happen. And see, that's the whole thing with this situation. We can look at it and we can see that we can say that it's going to be a cap. It should be a cap of $150,000 or $200,000. But when you're in that situation and your child can, I want to play for Kentucky. They're going to give me $2 million or $1 million. Do I just say, no, I don't need that much. Just give me $100,000, give me the jersey, and let's go ball. That's not going to happen. We're not there anymore. That's just not going to happen. And if I can get some money, I'm gonna take it, even though I might not be going there looking for it that type of money, because I really want to play for this school. But if you're gonna give me $1 million, I'm not gonna turn it down and say I just need to give that. I'm just gonna take $150,000. We're just, if we're being real here, no one's gonna do that. We're not. Yeah, Mike, did you hear about the Big Blue Madness camp out coming back and when? I didn't hear about that, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be a fun event this year. I won't be in town for that. That sucks. I'm going to go to one year. One of these days, I'm definitely going to go beat them at St. John. I don't know what that's about. But one year, I'm going to go to Big Blue. I'm going to camp out. I'm going to bring me a big herb bag. I'm going to bring me some I'm bringing me a lot of blankets. Because over here, they sell like mink blankets, really, really nice, warm mink blankets. You can go get them. You can go get a real mink blanket for $10. Well, maybe about $15. You can get you a really, really nice mink blanket and get all kind of colors and flowers. And they sell them everywhere. So it's kind of like, no, I don't want to pay $15 for that today. Okay, my friend, I'll just give it to you for $10 then. Okay, no problem. Just come on. and that's what they'll do too. 500 is a fair limit or cap. Now, I mean, if you're gonna put a cap on it, then it is what it is. But if there's no cap or nothing on it, then these kids gonna be like, yeah, and you gonna give me $1 million? There you go, coach. See you at practice. Midnight 2025 Big Blue Nation Midnight Madness camp out. I could be there in 2025. Is it cold? Is it cold for that event? Because if it's cold, I don't do cold very good. I don't do cold very good up there at that time of the year. It's the fact that Great Osborne getting $2 million driving the NIL price on these. Yes, Gerald. Yes, that is exactly. And that, just like I said, once one player goes out and does it, and Osborne wasn't even the number one transfer recruit in the nation, and he got $2 million. He wasn't even the number one. He got $2 million. Ooh, gets a little tough. Yeah, didn't even get. I don't know the kid that went to Kansas. I don't even know how much he got. I'm pretty sure he got paid. I don't know. I don't think he got $2 million because Osborne was he's the highest paid of all. I bet you the kid that went to Kansas like, what? $2 million? Can I get released from my commitment letter and then we do this all over again? Nights are chilly, man. Bring my blankets, bring my heat warmers, I just gotta come and just be prepared because these bones, when they get cold, ooh, they don't move. they don't function very good. So that is definitely will not. My bones don't do good in the cold weather. October can be 85 during the day, and it could snow. So it's a crapshoot at night. I blame it on global warming, I guess. That's funny. But anyway, hey man, thank you guys for tuning in to the Loyal BBN Fan Show. If this is your first time, thank you for joining. I appreciate it. If you watch it, please hit that smash subscribe button. Turn your notification bell on so you guys don't miss. Like I said, I'm gonna try to make a video, maybe tomorrow after work, and upload it to kind of compensate for not being able to go live. Maybe I'll post when I'm going to go live and like stuff like that while I'm on vacation. But I will go live while I'm on vacation. That's why Big Mike is in the heat. Hey, that's it, dude. Hey, and it's so hot, man. Like it ain't even hot yet, and it's hot. And I have to put on my arm sleeves and my big sunglasses and my hat and the thing to cover my neck up. And it's just so hot, man, for real. Even Jerry Jones don't have enough money to get DJ Wagner for real. But anyway, thank you guys for joining once again. It's always a pleasure to hang out with you guys. Thank you. Thank you guys. 90 subscribes away from 2,000. Let's see as a family, see if we can grow and get that number. Appreciate it if you share this out. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. And go Cats.